Hi everyone. Somebody asked me to read about a little girl that went missing. I looked her up. I'd never heard of her before. 1999. Her name was Karla Rodriguez. And she went to a friend's house apparently, knocked on the door, wanted to play with the kid there. And the mother there said, "It's too late, go home." And Karla never went home. Her father apparently thought she had gone to another friend's house or something of that nature. And her mother called the school the next day when she didn't come home to make sure she'd gone to school. Well, the school said she'd never showed up. And there was something in there about someone owing the parents money and or the parents owing someone money. And there was a thought that maybe that person was the one who had taken her and was holding her for ransom or something. But that never panned out, and that person, it looks like, has been cleared of any wrongdoing or any involvement in the situation. So, I don't know. I thought we'd just read and see what the cards have to say. It's been a long time, and I have no clue. It sounds like nobody has any clue. I don't know if there's any more details about the case. I guess I'll say that. If there are, I just read really quickly because it wasn't something I had heard about. But we'll just ask what happened and see what the cards have to say and ask about her at that time and her today. You just never know what could happen. People abduct kids and sometimes they keep them and sometimes they don't. So I'm just focusing, setting my intention that I'm going to read about Karla and what happened to her the day she disappeared. I'm going to ask the cards to tell me about that situation. And we may pull more than one card, we'll see. Okay, got something in here. And I'll hold the cards up if you can't see them at this angle. It might not be the best angle for me to make a video. First card for sure. Yeah, second card as well. Okay, so we have two cards here. The first is the Five of Cups. That's a lost card. So I do think there's definitely some loss in here. Uh, Two of Wands, that's a planning card, and you see he's holding the world, and it just sounds like she was taken out into the world, out of her world, out of, I hate to say it, but out of this world maybe. Um, yeah, that's really sad. I'm also drawn to the flowers down here at the bottom of the card, which again makes me think, unfortunately, funeral flowers are coming into my mind. Let me ask about the person that was involved in this situation. Let me just focus on that for a second. I'm just asking a general, and then I'll ask if the family knew this person. It sounds like it was a stranger from what I read online. And we'll try to see where she is. Okay, again, I'm getting two cards. And not a good card. That is the Five of Swords. If you read tarot, that means you know that card is somebody that is ruthless. Ruthless is what I'm seeing. Hurts people ruthlessly and sometimes feels good about it. So it very could have been somebody who's rather sadistic. And then we have the World card again, and we just keep getting the symbol of the world here. Um, yeah, the World card um, in the other tarot decks reminds me a lot of the Wheel of Fortune card. And when I say the other tarot decks, I'm going to pull out, because I read on the Rider Waite. There's different tarot decks, and they all have different meanings. And let me find that card. Sorry to keep you waiting. But when I think of another card, it's like it's telling me go look at that card. So I think it's important. Sometimes this is a translation of the Rider-Waite deck, so it's a little bit different, and the symbology is important here for this one. Yeah, so it's the World card, and it's reminding me this is the World on the Rider-Waite, and it's very similar to the World card that we just pulled. What it's reminding me of is the Wheel of Fortune card, and I'll tell you why, and that's because it has all these little those four images in the corners. A lot of the time, yeah, here they are. So, you know, this has also got four images in the corners. If you look, they're kind of the same images, just one has wings. So I I think this is too is saying that she's passed on. When I'm realizing this Wheel of Fortune card with those wings sometimes is an angel, you know, kind of passed on. So I think he enjoyed putting that into context. I think this person really enjoyed hurting people and taking them out of this world. He he enjoys that kind of stuff. Again, I'm getting that very sadistic vibe of this person, and it's a real shame he wasn't caught because people like that will do it again sometimes. Let me focus on, did the family know this person? You see that poor, you know, on the world card, the poor thing is naked too, which is coming to me as well. So he may have, you know, done other things to her as well. Right now I'm asking, did he know the family? We'll see what framing yes or no questions isn't greatest, but I'll change that to how was he involved with the family? Was he involved, you know, something, his relationship to the family? That would be a good one right there. Okay, so we have this card here. And that is, and unfortunately, we're getting all these call, you know, that's like the call of kind of death, basically, the judgment. It can be a judgment, but I've also had this card come up for lots of death, not just this one. So, as a person involved with the family, I don't know that he was. I think he was involved in many families, meaning causing pain and death to many families, unfortunately. I don't think this was a single situation here. I don't know that he was just involved with that one, but you see these people coming out of their graves and the angel kind of basically calling them home. We keep getting this death theme throughout this reading. Don't think the little girl's alive, unfortunately. Usually I don't say that, especially if it's a recent case and they're still looking for the person, they haven't found him. I will just say, I'm getting a bad feeling about this. Things don't look good. But being that this little girl's been gone for so long, I will just say it does not look like she's alive. And it looks like the person it took enjoyment in this pain that he inflicted on this little girl. I do feel like she's got her wings. I think that's what we were seeing with that world card. And I do think he's done this multiple times. I don't think she's the only one, is what it's saying. So let me ask any hints on who this person is. Any more hints on who this person is? Karla Rodriguez. Just a little girl with those swords and the five of swords. Doesn't look good, you know. Uh, you know, swords, knives, not looking good there. So who is this person? Well, we've got the Hanged Man. I don't know why, but right away I felt like he was in jail. I think he's in jail right now. They just don't know that it's him, I guess, is what And I have no idea why the jail came to me with that, but I feel like he's caught in jail, but caught maybe not for this, is what I was getting with the hanged man. So um, I'll ask if it's around where she is, the jail. Maybe that gives a little hint of, well, if he's in jail right now for some crimes, probably this other stuff he did to other people. Let's ask about that. It looks like he was a younger guy at the time. So what I'm asking is he in a jail, prison, whatever? Was she in Las Vegas, this one? I'm asking if, I'm just going to ask if around that area, or maybe in the state of Nevada even, but let's ask in the, around Las Vegas. So that is the Seven of Pentacles. I'm just going to take a peek at that for a second. I think he's in jail for multiple crimes. Maybe even, um, do they have a work program in jail? Maybe even in that. Um, Seven. I think the clue is seven, but I don't know what that means to that area. It probably means something, and hopefully um, some of you know that. Do the jails have numbers? The jails, prisons, is there a seven? And he's possibly in there. I don't know if they do work. I know here where I am, they go out and they work. They make them work on the streets and stuff, clean up the streets, that sort of thing. I don't know that he would have that allowance to be able to do that. I'm just going to ask for being, if he committed big crimes, he wouldn't probably be able to go out. Um, Let me ask a little bit more about him, clarifier for that seven, and more about where he is. I'm just asking in general where he is right now. I mean, we've got in jail, but like location would help. I think that seven is a hint, but I don't know what it means. I don't know that area. Okay, we've got these first two cards. So, okay, so again, family, and I think this maybe has to do with his family or another family, and we've got death. This may be the crime that he's in. Again, I think we're getting the crime he's in for. I think he's caused multiple harm to families, and death is what we keep seeing. He could have even died by now, I suppose. 1999, 2009, 2000, yeah, that would have been, quite a while back. It's possible, but I feel like he's in jail. That's what I feel like. And we just keep getting that death theme. And this poor mother trying to protect her little child down here as death comes rushing through. I think the situation is he's in jail for a crime involving families, children, and causing death. The number seven may have something to do with that. Um, so that's what I get. Again, I don't know this situation. I don't know how that all ties in, but I do believe he's in jail, prison, whatever you want to call it, um, for causing death to maybe even a whole family, but especially children. You see the children here. This is very telling cards because this is the Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Cups is a happy family, and then you have death. Bringing death to that happy family, and it's just really, this is a very, very sad reading. I don't even like reading about it. It's it's very sad what this person did. It's not just her, is what I'm seeing. Multiple people and people's children that he harmed, and it's just really, really sad. And he harmed and he enjoyed it. So I wish I could give you more information and say this is exactly who that person is, but I do think the Seven of Pentacles is sort of a hint. I just don't know the area. I don't know anything about the prison system there. I do think he's in jail for causing death to um, maybe a family or children. Okay, that's not a good reading. So, sorry, whoever asked that. If you know her personally, it's sad news for that situation for sure. Um, that's as good as I get on that one, and I hope somehow this information is helpful. Take care. Bye bye.